Let's face it, if your advertising plans include Los Angeles, you better know what you're doing right from the start. Otherwise, you may end up losing your entire investment in the ocean. I'm serious. Look, it doesn't take a genius to see why the Los Angeles ADI is so important to advertisers. It's like buying the Big Orange, second only to the Big Apple in population, yet first in total retail sales. Every year, LA consumers outspend every other U.S. market in every category, from food, general merchandise, to automotive sales and restaurant tabs. That's what makes it so exciting. The only problem, of course, is knowing how to buy it. And that's when things can start to get a little hairy. After all, we're talking about a very sophisticated media market here, with about 22 daily newspapers, 150 weeklies, over 80 radio stations, and 36 commercial and cable TV channels, each with its own audience, all vying for a share of your media dollars. So, how do you know what's right for you? Well, fortunately, when it comes to newspapers, which incidentally are still the most preferred medium for advertising, you don't have to be an expert to launch your own LA campaign. All it takes is a little perspective and a basic understanding of today's daily news. Why the daily news? Well, for a lot of reasons. To begin with, the Daily News is the only major newspaper exclusively serving LA's richest, biggest spending market, the Daily News market, better known as Upper LA. It's a term that describes the many up qualities of this unique area, like its enormous size. In fact, the Upper LA market is almost like a separate major city, set apart from the rest of Los Angeles by the Santa Monica Mountains. It covers all of northern Los Angeles and southern Ventura counties. This includes the entire San Fernando Valley and Glendale. It also includes the neighboring Simi, Conejo, and Santa Clarita valleys, which are now among the fastest growing areas in the entire state. In all, that's about 43 separate communities. Total population, nearly 2 million people. If it were a county, it would be the country's 10th largest, bigger than Dallas and San Diego. It's also a major center for industry, entertainment, high technology, and finance, with banks and savings and loans in nearly 600 locations and deposits totaling $22 billion. It's a market on the move, with almost 1.5 million vehicles on the road, and over 1 million market residents annually flying in and out of LAX and the Burbank Airport right here in Upper LA. Best of all, for advertisers, the Daily News market is an area that is up in retail sales. Here again, if it were a county, it would rank 5th highest in the U.S. in total retail volume, generating more than $16 billion a year. And by 1990, it's projected to reach $25 billion. Of course, this really shouldn't surprise you, considering the average household income here is over $37,000 a year, much higher than LA County as a whole, and making it by far one of the most affluent areas in all of Southern California. It's also interesting to note that with only 23% of LA County's total population, the Upper LA market accounts for far more than its share of retail sales in every category, from food, general merchandise, to apparel. Plus, it's a well-known fact that Upper LA is Southern California's highest spending retail market, higher even than affluent Orange County in both per capita and per household spending. It also tops Orange County in almost every single category of retail sales. Here again, with only 84% of Orange County's population, the Upper LA market spends more in food, general merchandise, and a lot more in apparel. Now, frankly, I could go on forever listing all the ups in Upper LA. But the point is, for advertisers, it represents an enormous opportunity. To take full advantage of it, you simply have to recognize the impact and pulling power of the Daily News. You see, No other newspaper represents the upper LA market better than the Daily News, editorially or in advertising. And together, they add up to one of the consistently finest and fastest growing newspapers in the West. A paper that not only delivers outstanding coverage of national and world events, but by far the best and most in-depth local news coverage in the valleys. Coverage so good, the Greater LA Press Club recently honored the Daily News for best overall coverage in Los Angeles. Now, as everyone knows, editorial quality means increased circulation. And this is where the Daily News is up above the rest. In fact, over the past 10 years, the Daily News paid circulation has outpaced every other major newspaper in Southern California. And today, with more than 153,000 daily paid and 165,000 on Sunday, the Daily News is kept, read, and referred to by nearly 500,000 readers every day. What about the competition? Well, while other daily newspapers do cover this area, only two have what you'd call a significant penetration: the Daily News and the Los Angeles Times. Yet, despite the Times' larger overall circulation area, the fact remains, if you buy only the Times, you're reaching only about 1 in 4 households in the affluent upper LA market. Add the Daily News, and your penetration almost doubles. That's why, for really effective coverage, your media plans simply have to include the Daily News. You see, with the Daily News, you're reaching a very large, yet select group of affluent, intelligent readers, entirely separate from the LA Times. Separate, yet remarkably similar in their upscale demographic appeal. See for yourself. One look at the Daily News demographics, and you'll notice that they not only reflect the high quality of the overall market, but they're also relatively equal to those of the LA Times. From the total number of adults in their prime buying years to the large number of readers with high household incomes. You should also know that over the past 5 years, the Daily News paid circulation in Upper LA has risen over 36% as compared to a 3% loss for the LA Times. Plus, when it comes to overall advertising effectiveness, here again, the Daily News difference really adds up. In fact, a recent independent study showed the Daily News to be Upper LA's most read and relied on newspaper for advertising. All the more reason why today's Daily News really stands out, not only as a significant addition to the LA Times, but as a significant replacement. So when you add it all up, it's easy to see why your LA media strategy should definitely include the Daily News. You know what else? The Daily News is a great newspaper to work with. Whatever your needs, local or national, you'll find a wide variety of very effective programs to accommodate you. From regular full-run coverage to weekly zoned coverage in Daily News Neighbors. There's even a comprehensive TMC program for preprint advertisers that allows you to selectively reach and cover up to 86% of the entire market, all for a price you can afford. So what do you say? Isn't it about time you put all the ups in Upper LA to work in your media plan? All you have to do is make the investment. Invest today in the best part of LA, Upper LA, with LA's best demographics, highest retail sales, and backed by the Daily News' outstanding reputation for editorial and advertising effectiveness. The only way for you to go is up.